episode of Bubble Guppies that I'm going to review. I'm going to be reviewing the very first double-length episode that I'm going to be reviewing on my channel. Bubble Guppies, Puppy in the Ring. Here's the synopsis. In the mythical land of Bubbledom, the evil night wizard has taken the magical ring of the sun. Someone needs to save the daytime. Molly and Gil need to return the ring to the Sun King, or else it will be nighttime in Bubbledom forever. So this was a very, very good special in my opinion, and I'll explain what happens in this episode. So it starts off with the narrator, saying, in the magical land of Bubbledom, there has always been day, and there has always been night. In a golden castle on the shores of the Western Sea, there lived a king whose job it was to make the sun come up each day with the power of his magical ring. But far away in the mountains on the other side of Bubbledom, there lived an evil wizard who didn't like the daytime at all. One morning before the sun came up, the wizard decided that he wanted it to be nighttime forever. He planned to steal the ring from the Sun King so the daytime would never come again to the land of Bubbledom. But evil wizards don't always get what they want, especially where Guppies are concerned. This is the story of a boy, a girl, and their puppy, and how a group of friends saved the day from disappearing forever. This is the story of the puppy and the ring. So it starts off with the night wizard saying that it's almost morning again, and that the dreadful sun will shine over Bubbledom. And he says that he does not like the daytime. Starting off with the very first song of this episode.
Oh sun, you're so sunny, you're so cheerful, so bright. And the Sun King with his sun ring, which lets day replace night, sees the day if you like. We don't like the daytime, do we, Ron? I prefer where the sun doesn't shine, where the sun doesn't shine. Night, night, dark, night, 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 dark, dark, night, 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 night. We love night. There's only the night time for me. There's no time I'd rather be, because it's the night when we easily frighten, imagining things we can't see. Nighttime is the right time for me, and I'll have it permanently. Spend your life in the dark and you'll see what you can. Oh, that's right, 'cause it's night. Night, night, night. It's gonna be a lovely morning and the sun is on its way. And with his ring, the soul Sun King is gonna make another sunny day.
Customers out there thirsty and soon will come our way. So buy our first bubble slush, that day could be today. What do you say now, Bubble Puppy? Ready to sell a bubble slushy? Ah la la, let me blush it.
In the spirit, let the light shine. It's a sunny day. It's a sunny day. When it's up there, you can feel it. A big yellow lifeline that'll chase the dark away. Each day's a new beginning. Feel the warmth and keep on singing. It's coming early today, and if I have my way, it'll stay. If you like, you can sing, but tonight I'm not bringing the sun away. It's a sunny day. Spirit, let the light shine. It's a sunny day. We need our sunny day. Trees and plants need sun, or they can't grow lush and fine. Please don't take the sun away. That old sunny rain. It's a sunny day. Bring that old sun rain to me.
Anyway, then they arrive at the Sun King's castle, and they zap him to make him sleep. So then they take the ring, so that without this ring, the sun couldn't come up anymore, and it would be nighttime forever. But on the long journey back to deliver the ring to the Night Wizard, they would encounter Molly and Gil and Bubble Puppy selling lemon bubble slushies. They don't see any customers yet, but they're hoping that they get some customers. They just gotta be patient. But then they see the lobsters coming by, and they offer the lobsters some bubble slushies, and the leader is like out of the way. But then they say that after that long journey that they must be a bit thirsty. And they're saying that they need to get the ring back. It's back to you-know-who. So then the leader asks them who wants a bubble slushie. So then they get some. But suddenly, the ring gets stuck around Bubble Puppy's neck. And then the Night Wizard calls them, saying that they're asking where in the world is the ring. But then they realize the ring is gone, and then they don't notice it until now. But the ring is around Bubble Puppy's neck. So then they try to get it off. The Night Wizard demands that they get the ring off of his neck. So then they go to seize them. They head for a forest. But they don't see where they went. But the lobsters don't see where they went. But then the lobsters continue on their trail because they see a lemon. So then we cut to a shot of the Night Wizard's castle again, where Raoul the possum is sleeping in the Night Wizard's chair. And so he looks around to see where the lobsters are, and the phone rings again, and they're still working on the situation. And then they try to explain what happens. And then they notice that they're heading toward the realm of the Flutter Guppies. So then Molly and Gil don't know where they are, so they try to figure out what they're gonna do. So then they realize that there are wild animals in this forest, which scare Gil. So then the Flutter Guppies and the swarm of purple and blue butterflies come in, and they ask them to forgive their animal friends, and then they tell them that they are the Flutter Guppies, hence the second song of this episode.
Flutter Guppies? If you see a cloud of purple or blue, and it swirls and it twirls, then it's likely you have stumbled upon our favorite spot. Don't be afraid, you're gonna like it a lot. Magical trees will guide you in,
anyway, so then they ask what brings them to their realm, which a realm is a area or location. So anyway, the Flutter Guppies notice the ring of the sun around Bubble Puppy's neck, and they don't know how to get it off. But then they notice if the Sun King doesn't get the ring, by this time the sun goes down tonight, the sun will never come up again. So the Flutter Guppies help them and they head towards the realm of the Snow Guppy. So then they pass over some mountains where they will not follow. So then they continue their journey through the icy realm of the Snow Guppy. The wind is blowing. So then they say, maybe we should call the Snow Guppy and asks if it's okay to pass through their realm. And then they ask if it's a good idea. But they can't get a signal, and they try again later. So then they notice some shapes, like a bunny, a kitty, and a bear, which actually is is actually a polar bear. But then they call the Snow Guppy again, but it's actually turned out the polar bear is on the Snow Guppy, which is actually Gobi. And then they ask to speak to the Snow Guppy, and then they see that that is the Snow Guppy. And then the next song plays.
Yup. Thank you for calling the Snow Guppy line, where everything's white and it snows all the time. He's the Snow Guppy? I guess so. If you come to my realm and you want to pass through, please wait for instructions after the woo. After the woo? Woo! We're surrounded by mountains covered with snow. Stories that fill me out wherever we're told. Flurries descend in a curtain of white. If you wanna stay warm, you better bundle up tight. The snowy realm is the realm for me. Spend some time here and you will see. Yeah, we can skate instead of even ski. Some conference, won't you sing with me? Sing with me. Snowy guppies round. Snowy guppies. Snowy guppies round. Snowy guppies round. Snowy guppies. Snowy guppies round. Snowy guppies.
So anyway, the Snow Guppy asked what brings them to his snowy realm, and that they're on a quest, which is a long journey. So he asked why are they going to see the Sun King? Because the ring is stuck around the Bubble Puppy's neck, and they think the Night Wizard must have had something to do with this. And then they must get the ring back to the Sun King before the sun goes down. They need to find a way to get down to the mountain. And then the Snow Guppy comes along with them. Of course, follow me. And then he's like, of course, follow me. And they're like, they gotta be down there somewhere. I mean, they wouldn't have gone over the mountains, would they? So yeah, the Night Wizard is not happy. They're closer to the Sun King's castle than he thought. He's like, now where are those ridiculous soldiers of mine? And then he's like, well, that's just great. They're going in the totally wrong direction, as usual. So he calls them, and then he's like, hello, sir. Good news. I think we're getting closer, sir. I know where they are. Phew, that's a relief. Where are they? Now listen very carefully. I have a plan. I want you to be ready for them at the bottom of the mountain. Over here, come on. So So then the Guppies realize that it's a long way down, but they can get down if there aren't any loud noises. That they could cause an avalanche, which an avalanche is a lot of snow and ice fall down a mountain really quickly. But unfortunately for Gil, he keeps shouting and echo, which of course causes an avalanche. So they slide down the mountain and they catch up, and then they make it safely down the mountain. So then they're like, here they come, and then they prepare some bubble bites, which actually just turns out to be a trap. So the sun will only be down in a few more hours, and then they must keep moving. And then they're like, what's down there? And then they're like, that's the realm of the Underguppy. And then they ask, who is that? Nobody knows. He's never been seen, but he's down there in the darkness. But then Bubble Puppy sniffs something. It's the castle. The Sun King is just beyond here. The castle of the Sun King. They're almost there. Wait a minute, where's Bubble Puppy? But then they realize Bubble Puppy has fallen for the trap. And so then Gobi lets out the part where like, you shall not pass, which is of course, if you didn't know already at this point, but this episode is a reference to Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings, that line is a reference to Gandalf. So anyway, the Bubble Puppy runs, and then the bridge breaks, and then Molly and Gil fall in the ravine, and then the soldiers are going yet the wrong way again, and then they notice that they gotta find a way out of the ravine. And then they think, they think they're outside, because they think it's strange that it can't be nighttime yet, because there are stars. And then the mysterious figure is like, they're not, they're bats. And then they accidentally wake up the bats, and then they the Underguppy, which is of course played by Nani, of course, he tells them to calm down and just sends them back to sleep. He's like, yes, I am the Underguppy, ruler of the underground realm. And then, of course, comes up one of the best songs in this episode.
Welcome to my spectacular grotto. It's a little peculiar, but I like it a lot. Oh, if you don't mind the darkness and awe of it, brave, I'd be happy to show you a very nice caverns and caves very deep in the ground. The walls are all stone and the bats hang around. Stalagmites go up and stalactites go down. If you wanna drop in, it's where I can be found. This cabin realm is the realm for me. Though it's dark here and hard to see. It's damp and cool and kinda echoey. So come on, friends, won't you sing with me? Sing with me. Underguppies realm. Underguppies realm. Underguppies realm.
So then they tell the Underguppy. So then the Underguppy tells them that they are from the world above, and then they tell him that they're trying to save their puppy, but they fell down there, and now the puppy's all alone, and the soldiers are after him. So he figures out the thing that the soldiers are the army of the Night Wizard, and why would the Night Wizard be after your puppy? Because of the ring of the sun. then it is true. The Sun King no longer has the power to make the sun rise, not unless we get the ring back to him before the sun sets tonight. This is very bad. My bats are nocturnal, which nocturnal means to sleep during the daytime and wake up at night. But if the sun doesn't come up, my bats will never be able to sleep. Your puppy is in great danger. He will show him out the way. And then he shows him the way. The castle of the Sun King, your puppy will be there. And then he says that he has something for them, which is the cloak invisibility, which has his powers to turn invisible. He says, when you put it on and you go like this, you'll be invisible. And then they thank the other guppy, and they're like, how can we ever thank you for your help? But then he just disappears. And then they realize it's almost sunset. And then the Night Wizard tries to see if they can get the ring off. And he goes in his toolbox and pulls out just a bunch of random stuff that would probably not be able to work anytime soon. Anyway, yeah, they're like a lollipop, a cookie, a toothbrush, a banana, and a macaroni and cheese. And then he thinks, they notice that Bubble Puppy's in a cage and the Sun King is asleep. So they turn it invisible to rescue Bubble Puppy, and then he tries to wake up the Sun King. Okay, so how about a squeaky bone? Oh, for crying in my soup. There's nothing in here I can use. So hey, then he tries to get him. They try to tickle the Bubble Puppy to give him the ring. And then he tells Molly to look out. He's like, I don't know who you are or where you came from, but if you think you can wake up the Sun King without the ring, which is, by the way, is mine now, then you're very wrong. The sun is going down. Sun King better wake up. So he tries to wake him up. But their friends come and like, you leave our friend alone. And then Dima and Una, as the Flutter Guppies, turn into butterflies and start chasing the lobsters. Goby turns into a polar bear and starts chasing them. And Nani summons his bat colony to chase after them as well. And this epic chase. And so then they point the ring at the sun. It works, and then the Sun King wakes up, and he was saying the Night Wizard wanted to make it nighttime forever, and then the Night Wizard starts crying. He's like, what else am I supposed to do? You ruined my wonderful plans, didn't you? And now it's daytime, and everyone's gonna have fun in the sun together. So then, the Sun King tells him that it will be nighttime again soon, and then tomorrow it will be day and then night, just like it's supposed to. So then he asks, what's so great about it anyway? So then they say daytime is awesome, like you can go sledding, and the flowers can bloom, and the animals can play, and you can play outside with your friends. And then he says, I don't have any friends. And then they say, they'll all be your friends, but Gil isn't so sure. So then Gil's like, okay, I'll be your friend too. Wonderful. So now that there's one thing we do, friends, there's only one thing to do. Line up everybody, it's time to go outside. So then they go outside and sing the song A Brand New Day, which unfortunately I can't show because it's copyrighted, but I hope you guys understand. But it's a very good song. It shows like a montage of them having like fun activities, and then one of the lobsters is thirsty again, so then they cook the customers, and so then the narrator comes up again and says, and so that the ring of the sun was returned in daytime was saved forever, and forever would be told the legend of the puppy and the ring, which is of course and then Bubble Puppy is seen wearing the hoodie invisibility and then disappears. Okay, so this episode was probably the best special I have ever watched in my life. Very cool, but my favorite song in this entire episode has gotta be the Under Guppies Realm. very funky. I love the idea. I love the idea of this episode of all. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of my very first double link video. Bye!